What is that?
We are live from
everywhere.
In
Monday night.
and in Iowa and Pennsylvania. It's Monday night.
Oh shoot, I guess I could have put Thrift U on there. No, it's all about me.
Hi friends, and welcome to Vintage Rescue Squad. Yay! Jeffrey's very tired because Jeffrey has been painting all day. Mm-hmm. He is in preparation mode for his pop-up. So we're going to talk a little bit about that because I know that Jeffrey's getting ready for his pop-up. So you can actually go and visit and meet and see Real Nifty headquarters in person.
Cool. It's really
You just got to remember that looking is free and touching is $5. Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much. But also, I know that Sarah, she's kind of got some new ventures going on with setting up at a booth, right? Sarah, you've been doing that. So maybe we can talk a little bit about. We'll do some introductions, but just kind of be thinking about, pop-up shops and antique malls and all of the work that goes into that as far as being a reseller and how that differentiates a little bit from having a live sales and selling online. I do see a lot of our friends here. I see there is B Avenue and Tammy Christopherson. Everyone get their little what's that called? The little magic microscope thing that they did in what's that show called? Romper Room. Matthew was here a long time ago. Hey, Matthew.
Hey.
And Hope and Sarah Lee and Vicky. Fatbirds. I saw Randy Girl and Karen. Lots of people. Holly.
Hello, gang.
Dagny. Hello, friends. Miss Pamela's here. Patty Girl is here. Everybody's here. Diana. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll start with some introductions. We'll go ahead in case nobody knows who this gentleman is. We're going to make him big and he can do his own little introduction. Who are you, sir?
Me?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I say every morning when I Marco Polo, I'm like, "Good day, sir."
Yeah, that's a new thing you're doing. I'm kind of enjoying it. So I'm Jeffrey with Real Nifty Vintage, and I'm a reseller, of course. And I have an antique store here, mostly for show, but we're going to be setting up this weekend for an in-person shopping event. But I do have it to hold all my stuff so I can look at it and say, wow, look how good I do.
Good idea. It's all mine.
It's all mine. Yeah, it's fun. I just get to see everything very, very easily, and it's just nice. So it's my own little wonderland.
Glorious Jeffrey store. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice.
I would live there.
Well, you could. It's got everything you need. It's got everything you need. Well, speaking of you, why don't we tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Well, I do very much the same thing. I'm looking for the chat in YouTube. Sorry. Without Sam, I truly.
Oh, there's the.
I'm like, I don't.
I'll try to whenever I see something like that, I think that you need to pay attention to. I'll try to flash it on the screen for you.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Okay.
I am half of this glorious Thrift U team. Sam is at either soccer or dance, but she should be here.
Yep. And
we got it. We got a channel. We do live sales, and I have a booth. And then that's it. That's what I do.
Day in, she crafts. She also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but she is the pride of Iowa.
It's been said. Yeah, it's been said.
I mean, I say it, but she's the pride of Iowa. She'll always be the pride of Iowa to me.
My mom and dad used to say that. Now they're dead.
Oh, okay.
Call me the pride of Iowa, except Misty.
Yep. Pride of Iowa.
Oh.
All right. And then we have my lovely co-host, Michael.
Hello, Michael Todd and The.Cult.Of.Vintage. Boom, boom. Yeah, I make these YouTube videos and I do reselling. So that's what I do. and I work a full-time job. So this is my part-time thing, if you will, though I feel like it's slowly becoming more full-time than my other full-time job, which is not a bad thing. Which is
Right.
not a bad
I'll go ahead and put us all. And I'm Misty and I also, Jeffrey and I have very similar kind of situations. We both have a building that we do, a brick and mortar. We both sell online. But Jeffrey had done antique booths for years. And so he kind of knows the ins and outs of that as well. I will say, I would ask if you have a question for one of us, if you will put it in all caps, it really brings it to my attention. I did see this, but Diane, did you guys know that Sarah just turned 29
Wow.
Wow.
just this past week?
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
I was just talking to my grandson, whose birthday is today, and I nearly forgot. And so I thought, oh my God, I got to be on with Misty in like 10 seconds, but I got to call Archer. So I asked Archer, I said, Arch, Grandma just had a birthday. How old do I look? 60. Okay, not good. Not great. Then Everly, my granddaughter, Everly chimes in, oh, no, like 50. I'm like, well, let's slice it down the middle, and you're right. 60.
Yeah.
Archer said I look 60.
Well,
I mean, he's not wrong.
Did you remind him that Christmas?
No.
Jeffrey!
You and I are in a fight.
Did you remind him that Christmas is just right around the corner and he needs to be very careful of what he says?
Okay. And also, we do know that Sarah's volume is terrible. We tried to whip her into shape, but it just wasn't happening.
We may have to wait till Sam gets there, and Sam might be able to problem solve.
My phone, we use Sam's phone. Usually we use my phone. My phone's doing the same thing. I don't know what's going on.
I told her she might they need to invest in a microphone. Could you imagine?
No.
Good morning,
You know
everybody.
What? You know what? We have one because we used to have a podcast.
That's right.
We do have one.
Really?
Yeah.
You may have to bust that back out again.
I'm
So
telling-
Ellen says, new to the chat, not to the site. Love to be involved in the discussions that may come up. Love you ladies, but the boys are my favorite.
Thank you, Ellen.
That's fine.
Wow.
I do want to say, Ellen, and to everybody, we all may be on the screen, but this is a hangout for all of us. So if you got things that you want to discuss with us, with each other in the chat, please feel free to do that. This is a hangout. We just kind of talk about everything. We don't necessarily have an agenda. We just kind of want to talk about whatever is on your minds and what's on our minds, and we just kind of get it all out. So if you have something that you want me to, like something that you would like for us to talk about, then put that up in all caps, and I will be able to bring that up on the screen. So we can, yes, this is Proud American. This is one ornery bunch tonight.
Not me. I'm the voice of reason.
Okay. Misty, did you ever have an antique booth though?
No. My dad did. Dad did for years. My entire, what I can remember growing up, he always had antique booths. He had several. He had like 3 or 4, and he would just go to different ones, but he worked at in the factories full time too. So he worked for General Motors. So on the weekends, that's what we would do. We would go to all of the antique malls and switch things up and, all that kind of thing. So no, I didn't personally ever have one. Mm-mm.
So you just went straight to the store then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gutsy move, girl. That's a big building.
Well, I mean, we had all this stuff. I mean, Dad hadn't sold in an antique booth for, gosh, probably 20 years. And he had all this stuff in his house. I mean, he just had it. It was every cabinet, he's single. So every cabinet, every room, every closet, everything was just full because he continued to buy. And he wasn't selling anything. So we had all this inventory. And so we had the chance to buy this building, and we did. And, but I didn't like being tied down to a time slot. I
get that asked all the time when people are like, oh, you've got a building, so when are you open? I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah. And well, in fact, I sometimes will get people sending me emails saying, I'm going to be there in town on Saturday. Can I come by? And I'm like, no.
No, you
See,
cannot.
that I'm okay with. I would be okay with that. Like because it's still on my terms. It's not like I have it to the public where I'm just like everyone expects me at a certain time every single day. But if it's like I'm gonna be here anyway, I'm okay with that.
By appointment only.
Yeah.
Well, and that's okay. That's okay. And I've done that. I have done that, and I'm totally okay with that. I guess it depends on what I have going on that day. If I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done and I know I need to have it done by 5 o'clock, then I have to focus. I have ADHD, and if I see a squirrel, I'm like wandering through the forest of lollipops and and I'm like, it takes me a while to come back. So that's kind of why, because I know how my brain works. Joe wants to know, what was your podcast all about, Sarah?
Okay, if I'm right in your face, it's because I'm trying to make it so you can hear me.
That's okay.
Oh, it's
You're
okay.
good.
We'll just all do
So
it.
anyway, everybody move closer. It was just babbling. It was Sam and I. There's a lot more swearing. I can say that. It's pretty funny. I don't know.
Culture?
For some reason, our family has always been like a family that everybody wanted to be a member of. I will never understand it because, frankly, I'm one of the meanest people alive. But like all of the kids, I have 5 kids, all of their friends always wanted to be part of our family. And I'm like, no, you don't. And so so we just started doing this podcast because people just like to listen to us talk.
Yeah.
It's just basically us. I mean, it's fairly topical, but you know how we can go out off on a tangent.
It's like kitchen table talk.
Yes, very
Like
much.
the red table talk.
Very much so.
Well, and it's, that's very, I mean, we all like to watch our favorite YouTubers. I mean, reselling and non-reselling related. And we all kind of really like to get that little glimpse, even if it's just them going to the grocery store. I don't know. I mean, you get your favorite people and you feel like you're kind of
Invested in them.
you want to go with them to the grocery store. And it's kind of weird because people think that about us too, because I get that. Oh, you can fold your laundry and I'd still watch. And I'm like, but why?
I've never understood it either. I'm like, oh my God, no.
Mm-hmm.
No,
It's voyeurism.
It is. It is. It really is.
But when Sam comes, I'll have her tell you the name of the podcast. Oh, it's called Life's Not Fair. I do remember.
Life's Not Fair.
That's a good one.
Life's Not Fair. Well, my 4th son, the 4th of the 5, had leukemia when he was a baby, and he was very, very, very ill. And so consequently, he's got some disabilities. And when the kids were young, in junior high and high school, and if somebody would tell me something was not fair, I would go into the Life's Not Fair speech about, okay, back it up about 80% and let me tell you what's not fair. So because of that is the name of the podcast. But I would also lecture all of their friends. We always had a situation table in the situation room. So you got your ass into the situation room and we sat down and talked about what wasn't fair real quick. So that's why it's called Life's Not Fair.
I like it. I like it.
I love podcasts. They're really fun.
I do too. I tend to listen to murder podcasts.
Oh,
Okay.
Sam loves that. Sam loves those true crime podcasts.
There is a great show on Hulu called, and I've been trying to get Jeffrey and Michael to watch it, and I've been telling them to watch it, and they've not listened to me.
I don't have Hulu.
Oh, well, then that would be a problem. But it's Only Murders Live in the Building. And
I watched that. My mom wanted me to watch it, so
I love it. It has Steve Martin and Martin Short in it.
But I don't really like that stuff, though.
Huh?
I love Martin Short.
Oh my gosh, Martin Short is iconic to me, and really Steve Martin, because the jerk is my
Selena
favorite
Gomez in it too,
and it has Selena Gomez.
The sexy Selena Gomez, of course.
Yep, it does. It's really, really good. This is a question from Vintage and Vino to Michael, and I would like to know the answer to this question as well.
Okay.
He goes really slow.
How in the hell do you keep your camera so steady?
How do you?
He uses his phone too. He does not use a camera, and he doesn't use a pop socket. he just holds his phone.
Yes. I don't typically like when I first started filming, I would use like a holder, but I stopped doing that because I don't know. But the phone that I have, which is a Galaxy, hold on, it's a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, whatever. It has an automatic stabilizer in it. And I have actually tested it out. So, I mean, if you just are like shaking the camera, obviously, but if I'm going like this with my hand, it like automatically stabilizes it. So I do go slow, but it does have an automatic stabilizer. Maybe you don't have it on though.
Michael, we have the exact same phone.
Well, I
And
find
you
that
have
it
mine
does.
Missy, I thought you had an S20. I have an S20 and it's, although I'll tell you my Samsung S20 is better it has better stabilization than my $700 camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The
My
phones.
$700 camera is my webcam because I cannot stand to vlog with it.
Well,
Like,
that's when I
can't.
first got this. The first video I tried to do with it. Do you remember that? It was like it took me 8 hours and I could not
No.
figure it out. It's because I shot it in like ultra 4K and I'm like, on a phone though? I was like,
Wow.
what?
Yeah, no, I hate it. And Jeffrey talked me into buying it too, but now it's my webcam.
Well, guess what? Jocelyn talked me into buying it, and then I
No.
was happy with it. But
Well-
like the reason I like it is because it has swappable batteries, and I'm not using my phone charge all the time, and it's like it's just easy. It's
Yeah.
easy, but I wish it was better quality. I wish it had great
Yeah.
stabilization. That's the only
Well,
thing.
Jocelyn just got a new camera.
You know, that woman, she is all over the place with her camera. She has a camera addiction. She has
Yeah.
like 20
Yeah.
cameras. She has a
I
shoe
think Sarah
addiction and a
likes
camera
it.
addiction.
She loves her cameras. And I just can't.
Yeah.
I just like my phone. I don't know. I think it's just because if I have it's just one less thing I have to carry. If I have to carry my phone and my camera, and
There is something
you
to
know what I
that.
mean? I just like having it. And
Sometimes I'm just like, I walk in with my, like, I almost dread going out to shop sometimes if I've got my camera. I'm like, keep looking for a prop, but it's just cumbersome or whatever the word is. Cumbersome?
Yes.
Cumbersome.
It's this extra thing that I got to like turn on, turn off, do but it's just like, I
They're
don't
big
know.
and they're heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah.
I've done a lot of photography, a lot of professional photography, and I can tell you without hesitation that unless it's a distance shot that I need a different lens for, I can take the exact same picture with my phone that I can with a very, very nice camera.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Jeffrey, how excited and tired are you getting ready for your sale?
Well, that's just it. Yeah. Excited and tired. There is a lot to do this time around. And I thought it was going to be a little bit easier on me considering the inside's pretty much done. But I guess I keep raising the bar. I don't know why I got to like make up projects, but I decided that we were going to paint the building before the sale. And so
Inside?
What?
You're painting inside?
No, see, that's you not knowing about me anymore. This happened last time. He doesn't know anything that's going on with me. So I painted the outside because it looked like crap. It was like peeling and it was just not good. So we painted the outside. So this year, the last couple of months, we've got put the new roof on. We put rock in because we expanded the parking lot. That was like small too, and painted the building. So it's like all these, and took all the window units out.
Yeah.
And I had to put glass into not glass, but acrylic, because I don't know how to cut glass. So I put this acrylic sheet stuff in and it's a lot better now.
Oh,
I will tell you that owning your own building, like the first several years, you have lots of things that you can write off on your taxes. And then when you're like me, then you're like, what can we buy? Hey, we don't, because you're trying to, get every tax deduction that you possibly can when you do building improvements. And that's a great tax deduction. And then you're like, do we need a new sink in the bathroom? Or,
that's, you have to watch it though, because it's not.
Time to learn to cut glass.
But you have to watch that. It's not a dollar for dollar write-off. I mean, it is
No,
cheaper,
it
but-
isn't. But I would rather be getting something out of it instead of paying that much more money to.
Right. I think it's like 30% or something that you save.
Yeah, I
effectively.
know the RCPA is always like, is there anything else that you need? Can you think of anything else?
I just heard, was it the home office deduction is going away or something? I heard that.
I don't
Really?
know.
Maybe I'm wrong. No.
I hope not.
Okay, let me interrupt everybody. Has everybody heard about, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Michael, can you hear me?
Yes.
You need to get a megaphone.
Christ, this volume thing is driving me crazy. Anyway, what are we thinking about the new 1099 rule that you can only make
The 600?
about $600?
I thought that was always the rule.
No.
It's 20,000, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Okay, in Illinois, I thought it was always that if it was considered a hobby, if you made
It's
like up to
federal now.
$600.
The Fed stepped
Okay,
in.
well, Illinois has always been a pain, so they're always ahead of the game and being stupid. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's more tax money, right?
That's one jump, though. I mean, from
That's
20
a
to
big
6,
jump.
that's not like an incremental.
Right. I thought perhaps, well, maybe it's per transaction. Oh, no.
Per
No,
transaction.
here.
Oh, but it is now per transaction. So any transfer that you have above and beyond, like my paycheck wouldn't flag, but if we start moving money from like PayPal over a bank account or bank account into our savings, anything over 600 is supposed to now be recorded
Right.
or reported and reported.
That's why.
And it's all of the, like, PayPal and Venmo and Square, all of them.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can. So here's the new rule, everybody. Live sales, you drive to Des Moines to pick up your stuff. And pay cash. New rule.
Cash.
New rule.
So we're going to start
Yeah.
accepting checks.
Wait, what are you're talking about sales tax too? What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah. Sales tax too.
No, wait a minute. Sales tax is a separate rule. It's I thought sales tax, because they made like this big convoluted system where like if you sell something, it's like 200 transactions or $200,000 or something. Is that right?
But remember, your sales tax is going to differentiate. Like all four of us could have different rules on our sales tax, though.
Because of the states that we live in.
Right.
Which side of my iPad is the microphone?
Okay.
Which is all the more reason to have a CPA.
Yeah.
Or, I keep track of everything. If you have your accounting software, it's going to update. It's a pain in the butt. It is, but we all have to do it. There's nothing we can do about it. We can only do what we can do, make the best of it, and just keep trucking the best way that we know how, and try not to, lose too much sleep over it, because it's just like with the postal rates going up. People are just going crazy about that. I'm like, it goes up every year. Yeah. I mean, this is just something that we always have to take into consideration, that those ebbs and the flows that go with having a small business. It sucks, but I mean, there's nothing we can do about it.
I wonder if Amazon basically pulling out of the post office exacerbated the problems of the post office, because they were really giving them a lot of money with all of those packages being
but they weren't
contract with the post office anymore.
Okay, well, I don't know if they're completely out of the post office, because you can go out and see Amazon Prime things all the time, because they were trying to control the entire process, and they were really only using the post office as on the last leg of the trip.
Right, because I see UPS at our post office. They're there all the time with their trucks.
UPS
is at USPS all of the time.
Well, the post office has a huge contract with FedEx also.
Yeah.
Well, it's always been more cost effective for companies to use the USPS, because they have that guarantee that they go to every door. So it's that last leg of the trip is the most expensive. So,
well, here Crystal has a really good question. That I guess it's kind of what we're talking about, but not really. What is your comfortable profit margin that you hope for? Or if an item is $10, then what are you comfortable making from it? I know we all hope for more, but what is the lowest profit margin for you?
Wait.
And is this something that you think about? Do you think about it?
Yes.
Yes.
So if I had an item and I was selling it for $10, what do I want
If
to
you
make off
bought
of it?
it for $10.
If you bought it for $10,
You
what's
gotta-
the
Oh, if I paid $10, so if I invested, I think of it all as little mini investments. If I invested $10, what would I want my return to be?
yes?
Correct.
It depends on the item, but I would say somewhere between 30 and 50 is what I would expect.
Yeah.
If it was less than 30, I think it would be like some weird reason, like I just can't help myself. I'm emotionally invested in it
Right.
or whatever. But I would think that.
Mine's more based on shipping. Like, what
Yeah.
effort am I going to have to put in to ship this damn thing that I paid $10 for and I just got 15 for it? Not going to happen.
Right.
And it isn't even that I don't mind, if something's worth $15, it's worth $15. It's just, I'm not going to take the time to ship it because I hate to ship so much. So I will most generally pick up things that I know I'm going to get a much higher dollar just because I hate shipping so much. And the effort that it takes and the cost that goes into shipping is incredible, really, honestly.
And I mean, in the time that it takes.
Oh, it's
And
ridiculous.
I think that that's one thing that people don't really always take into consideration when they're doing, let's say, a live sale and they're selling 60 things at a live sale. Well, then you have to go and ship those things, and you should be shipping them before you have your next sale.
Yeah,
That helps.
that's my goal.
I mean,
It does
really, it's easy to go on. I can easily go on and sell, sit here and sell 50 things. And if I can't get it out, then it's not good doing any of us any good because I'm not getting it to you. I'm not getting paid for it. So the easy part is going online and showing people things, talking about the fun things. But then, you have to ship it. And I'll put in a 12-hour shipping day, but that's just, I know we all run our businesses in a different way, but I can't go to bed at night. I literally can't go to sleep at night if I know I don't have an invoice sent to somebody, or like I have a couple invoices that I haven't received people's information from, and I'm like flipping out over it. It literally causes me stress just because I want it.
It depends on where you're coming from. So if you're starting a live sale and you're just like a complete newbie, start small. There's no reason to, get on there and try to sell 20, 30 things. Like, that's your learning time. I spent so long learning how to ship things and doing things wrong. Like I wrote about this in my book, in my ebook, but
wait. Go ahead and tell people about your ebook.
So, it's on Amazon. It's called
Jeffrey, you have a book?
He's a published author, Michael.
It's called
Online.
Online.
I have a question. Will you have signed copies at your pop-up?
It's digital, Misty.
Damn it.
Although I should make the added effort to
print it out, sign it.
I might have to come now just because of this.
Okay.
Meet and greet.
It's called Online Resale, What You Should Know. And it's my name. Half my face is on it.
And you have a little monocle, like a little.
No, it's actually a magnifying glass.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I got a signed copy, print it off.
Okay, so
and it's
look,
by 10.
Kathy.
Oh, look at you.
What?
Well, that's fantastic. I see. It's always because I was trying to write it for someone who wanted to know a lot about a lot, not like a whole bunch of in-depth about little, because it was supposed to be like a cursory, get you started, how to resale, what do you need to know, what do you need to know from branding, like making your business name, certain legal things that you need to think about as far as taxes and all of that's concerned, how to position yourself in the market if you want to go Etsy, eBay, where to source from, different options. So it kind of gives like little chunks of all of that. So, and then you can delve deeper into like different, like if you Google and stuff, but it's just a broad overview of reselling. But what I was saying is that like, if you're seeing people resell on YouTube and it looks easy.
Question.
Yes.
Is it an audio version?
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe like technology,
Jeffrey, it needs to be.
just
Can I
me.
Yeah.
hired to read it?
I mean, I'm sure like there's a robot that could read it, but like,
I
they'll
also,
Probably.
That wouldn't be
Yeah.
the same.
I was going to send you my resume as your new personal assistant. Not Barb. I'm not taking Barb's place.
Oh, okay.
I'm just,
Well,
I'm pretty good.
so if you're coming at it new, I wouldn't expect to go from 0 to 60,
Yes.
and it, like I said, like I was not doing live sales when I started. So I was slowly building my business on Etsy and putting up a few listings, and it was controlled. I was like, okay, so I sold something and I could scale up slowly and kind of see what my threshold was. And that whole time you're learning the tricks, you're learning all the things. I think it's really difficult for people to see us sell things and they think that it looks really easy and all you got to do is just sell things and then just go do it. But there's a lot that you got to like build up to.
Yeah.
And that
Well,
should
and
be said.
Somebody else had that question about how do you build followers? How do you build followers?
Takes time.
It takes time. It takes
I've
time.
been on YouTube for like over 3 years, and I think I got a notification. I think I did over 800 videos or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does take time, and I think that there are more to like on YouTube. There's more to YouTube than just putting out a video. You
Oh.
have to. There's the 3 T's: your title, your thumbnail, and your tags. Your tags are very, very. We've talked about hashtags before, and it gives people an anxiety attack when we talk about hashtags. So I don't really want to talk a lot.
For what?
About-
I just zoned out for a minute. What?
Hashtags.
Hashtags.
For where?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh,
It's the same as Instagram. It's the same as Facebook. When you use those hashtags, that's how your video is going to get kind of put in the algorithm. And the algorithm is a very important part of YouTube because the YouTube algorithm is what pushes a video ahead of the others. So if you're using correct hashtags, then that's going to help your video be found in the masses of other YouTube videos.
I will tell you that Sam and I are the very definition of what not to do on YouTube. And I mean that sincerely.
No.
Very definition of doing everything wrong.
Well, then what is it?
Content. We
There's she is.
Oh,
Agreed, Sam.
yes, yeah, and you do have to be genuine. But like my husband told me the other day that because sometimes I don't think about anything. I just don't. I'm incredibly impromptu, and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna get a booth. So
No, she said booth, not boob. I think you said boob.
oh, that's funny.
Just one.
But
Just one boob.
But I don't ever think anything through. So he's like, okay, somebody someday is going to do like a book and you're going to be the example of the business don't. And that is absolutely true. Sam and I get very lucky because we're very personable.
There you go.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I was going to say.
Sometimes we'll have a sale, and honest to God, the sale will come to a halt because somebody's having a problem, and we just end up talking about the problem the whole time. I mean, it's just who we are. It's what we do. We could be much better. I will say that. Don't do what we're doing. Do not do what we're doing.
No, but I disagree. I disagree because
Thanks, Mayra.
you are very personable and you are real and you're just you have a very fun and engaging dynamic between you and Sam, but just you each individually, like I want Sam Vasquez to be president one day. Like I tell her that Sam Vasquez is my motivational speaker. She's my TED Talk. You know, she's
I mean, Sam can break down a problem.
She can.
And now she can't run her own life to save her life, but Sam would be a fantastic therapist.
Yeah, she really would. She really would.
She really would. I mean, she is my favorite.
Sam's like, no, no. No, but but you guys have a very wonderful dynamic between you. Like,
thank you.
I would watch your reality show. Like,
but you know what? I think that's the point, though, and I think that this is the point that I think is lost on a lot of people, and I think it'll kind of go back to the whole idea or concept of reselling. And Sarah, I get what you're saying so far as don't do what we would do. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I would agree. And this is why. Do you know why? Because it's Sam and Sarah and it works for them. It's because who they genuinely are. So when you see Sam and Sarah and you're like, oh, I'm going to do what Sam and Sarah does, you're not going to be able to because you're not Sam and Sarah, because it's not that dynamic. Just like if you see Jeffrey and you're like, oh, I'm going to do what Jeffrey does, you can't. You know, you can go through the motions and do the things that Jeffrey does or Misty does or that I do. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be the same because you're not that person. So when you see somebody and you find them really engaging and you want to be able to do what they're doing, I say let them be inspiration to be the person that you are and to bring that person forth, and don't worry about trying to be or copy or do what other people do. You have to do it and be yourself, and that is going to be what people gravitate towards.
Yeah, if anything, you should just work on bringing your true self out. That should be your goal. Your goal should not be to like emulate others. I mean, you could passively do this and you can try to be, like say, oh, I really like that. But like, don't make that a character trait and try to like pass it off as you.
And we were talking about this a little bit last week when Ariana was in the Withering Cottage when we were on, and I love the Cupies. A lot of us love the Cupies. But like Ariana was saying, I love Cupies and I've collected Cupies and stuff forever. But like if I went on there and said, well, I have this Cupie collection, then people might be like, well, you're just copying off of Misty, or you're just copying off of, this, that, and the other. And I hate that, because we all can like the same thing, but we all present it in a different way.
Oh, for
sure. What I mean? So like the way that I react to a Cupie is going to be different than the way that, Ariana would react to a Cupie. I mean, it's just, you do worry about people putting those
assigning copycat.
Yeah.
But I do have there's a quote that I like, and it's called, you are what you repeatedly do. So it applies to like everything, pretty much. But if you're trying to cultivate your personality and you want to get more comfortable, just practice it. That's true with even this business. It takes time, commitment, and doing things over and over and over again. It's consistency. That's really what drives anything in life. You just have to keep doing it over and over again. And you learn from your mistakes. You'll have mistakes, and that's the whole point. You don't get anywhere from doing everything right all the time.
And let's be honest, we all make mistakes. I would say I make several mistakes in every single video. I will call something and I think, oh, this is a fit and blah, blah, blah. And it's not.
Oh my God, all the time.
And people will, but that's the thing, we're not, this is what we do for a living. And we make mistakes and we see something, we think that it's this and it's not. And we still edit the video and put it up because we still think it's this and it's not. But, and I'm okay with people coming in on the comments and saying that is this. Because you know what? I'm learning from that. And it's something that's going to stick with me. You know what I mean? But it's the way that it's said in a comment.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone said, you're an idiot.
When it's accusational. Yeah.
Right. But if it's just, that's a so-and-so and so-and-so. And we're not, none of us are, Sam said, my mistakes are my brand. But,
that's a good slogan.
It really is.
Put it on a t-shirt, girl.
Oh, like this isn't anybody's merch, but I got this shirt and I love it. I just want to show it to you.
She's got to show the world.
Look at my new shirt. Oh, my Cupie monsters.
Oh, Cupie monsters.
Mark loves it when I get a new t-shirt every day. I took 3 trash bags of donations this morning.
My gosh.
I cleaned out my closet because listen, I buy all of my clothes at Goodwill. So I
do
can,
too. So then I don't mind throwing them away.
I recycle them back and then I go buy more.
Me too.
It's what I do.
Me too. Well, this is my husband's, and this is,
Well.
but yeah.
But one thing too, I wanted to talk about a little bit, and we all run into this problem. And if you are making YouTube videos, if you're a big channel or smaller channel, we all do this. If you are making shop with me videos, you run into the problem where your content is you shopping, and then you end up with a 2,500 square foot building filled with things. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, we've kind of talked a little bit before about what kinds of content do our viewers want to see? Do they it seems to me that the shop with me videos are the ones that perform the best.
When you spend the most, when your title or thumbnail is the most I've ever spent. I can't believe I've spent this much. I've spent this, and there's a threshold too, because $100 doesn't necessarily cut it. Is what I have found, but that's yeah.
Maybell, he'll be right back. Sorry, the dog's whining at the door. Well,
are you asking about diversification? Right?
Yes.
If you're selling on Instagram. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I guess do what works for you. That's what I would say. But if you're trying to grow and and really sell, I might say you might want to diversify. But there's something to sticking with one thing and giving it everything you've got because of that narrow, you just put more energy into it. It's true with anything.
Jack of all trade, kind of.
Yeah, you have to be really disciplined to do that. Like, it's really hard for me to do live sales and plus list things.
Oh gosh.
I can't, and I know
that's my problem that I'm having right now.
I know I'm losing money by not listing things, but yeah. I can't list and do live sales. I can't do both because I'm not I'm not focused enough, and B, I'm not organized enough, and C, it's just too much. It's too overwhelming for me. And I know, I mean, if you are well organized, I would, especially right now, I would absolutely be listing on eBay and Etsy because it's fourth quarter and things sell now.
Well, it's multiple streams of income, basically.
Sure.
When you are a reseller, having multiple streams of income, whether that be from your income from Etsy, from Instagram, from Facebook Marketplace, from eBay, Mercari, all of that. And now I think that when I first started reselling, they didn't have that multiple listing tool. Now I think they've got something.
Oh my gosh, that was something I was wishing for
yeah,
so
you can
long.
make one listing and it lists it everywhere.
I was like,
but I don't have. I spent the weekend organizing my eBay area. That does me no good because I'm not listing anything on eBay. I don't have time to. I need to hire some. I need to figure something out because I'm sitting on all of this stuff that I need, that I know I could be selling right now.
I know.
But
what is that? Is that kind of like one of those things that, we always talk about how much time it takes and it takes more effort, but I think that that's one thing that, and I know, Misty, you were starting to talk about it, but I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is a huge shortcoming, I guess, for a lot of us, especially when we are doing it out of our homes, is the amount of space that it requires of you. It's just, and again, going back to the idea or concept of shop with me videos performing above and beyond anything else, it's not to say that people don't watch other content, but the ones that are performing the best are shop with me's. It is going out and buying stuff, and it is spending money, and it is getting more stuff. And it's not so much the money as it is the acquirement of all of this stuff and what do you do with it. And then you're sitting on a mountain of stuff and you're like, well, I could sell on eBay and I can sell on YouTube Lives, but then again, who has the time to be taking pictures, shooting videos, editing so it's such a huge investment in time and as Misty was just about to say, a lot of times it's something we don't talk about is that you neglect daily household things that need to be done.
Mhm.
And it is as mundane as cleaning and laundry. Those things go by the wayside because you're constantly invested in doing your videos and editing and selling and packing, invoicing, taking pictures to advertise, doing your thumbnails. Like it
It's a
is very
lifestyle.
consuming. It is a lifestyle.
Well,
Yes, Jeffrey.
I think I think it would be interesting, and I've kind of thought about doing this. And every time I start to do this, I fail miserably at doing like a daily vlog. Like I think it would be interesting for us to do like a week in the life kind of. And it's like, okay, today is Monday. This is everything that I'm doing on Monday. But the thing of it is like if you had someone that filmed you the whole time,
It's
that
so
would be
long.
great.
Right.
That
But now
video,
you have to like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I have to move the tripod and set it up over here, and then I got to do that. Well, and now I got to move the tripod again and set it up. So you're like it's taking up a lot of your day just moving the gosh darn tripod.
sometimes I wish I had someone just to follow me around and record.
Yes.
Like just
Sometimes
record.
when I have
We need
Mark,
the technology for a little drone to follow over top of us or
Yeah.
around us. Like, come on.
I wish sometimes when I go shopping with Mark, I'm like, can you just film me? Like, can you just be the camera person and just let me
Yeah,
get
that'd
a
be so
shot?
nice.
Wouldn't that be great? I would love to be able to do that, but maybe we all need to get one of those GoPros and just wear it on our heads.
Oh my God. No. Look like an idiot.
That's what I need.
So back to, yeah, so reselling and having everything in your house like that,
Oh God,
it is
it's hard.
It will weigh on you emotionally
Oh,
after a while. It's
God.
physically a lot, but like just it takes up so much mental clutter in your head, and it just makes things just like Michael was saying, like your regular life just falls to the wayside. You're invested at all hours of the day, sporadically, like you don't have any separation. That's the thing. Like you don't have mental separation and you don't have physical separation.
No.
And so that's why I bought this place. One of the
But
reasons.
on the flip of that coin, it's like for me, it was convenient for me to be here because I was here. I could throw the laundry in. I could clean
Yeah.
my kitchen sink.
Yeah.
I could have dinner ready. I could, so now I can't do that. So I'm gone all day. So when I come home is when I have to do the laundry, and I still have to come and cook, and I still have to, sweep the floor. And if I had small children, I don't know what I'd do, because then I'd have to help with homework. And so there's a benefit to doing it out of your house. I think if you have any way that you can like transform your garage or a spare room, or I know that Kat, the nurse flipper, she has a shed that they've put into their house. So you're still like on your property. I think that there's
Okay. I
stuff to
mean,
do that,
that's
but
all well and good, but I've tried that and it just doesn't work. Like stuff still ends
yeah,
up at
you
my
did
house
do
that
that.
should not
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. Oh
I've
yeah.
got boxes, a pile of boxes that are just like from Amazon, because I buy a lot of stuff, and it's just like, oh, and then it's just things make their way there. It's nowhere near like it was before.
I have the entirety of the basement. Bruce no longer, he like has 2 square feet in this house. I am not joking.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. The entirety of the basement, a storage unit, which I'm supposed to be cleaning out. That is not happening. And my booth and the family room. It's everywhere. I will get to a point where I truly cannot stand it one more minute. And then I just start taking stuff to Goodwill, because I can't take it.
Yeah.
I can't have all of this surrounding me. It drives me out of my mind.
Oh, it does me
That's
too.
what I about did that today. I was like, you know what? I'm just I'm just gonna stick it in a box and I'm just gonna take it back. Like I don't care. I don't care anymore. I was just like, I gotta be
Well,
done
and I
with
think
it.
that sometimes, we all get these comments too when we are out shopping, and there are certain things that we don't buy. And we do get comments, oh, you didn't buy that. I can't believe that you didn't buy this. And we may have seen it and saw it, but it isn't like, I know that if I am not excited about it, it'll sit on my shelf.
Yes.
And I won't even want to sell it in a live sale. I have to be excited about it, and I want to be excited about it and show it. Or I'm not, or it's going to sit on the shelf and I'm not and that just goes, we all four of us, when we go shopping, we all four are looking for different things. Now, a lot of us we like the kitschy, we like some of the similar things, but we're all kind of like, Michael's looking for like some clear glass swung vases, and Jeffrey's looking for, I don't know, bleak. I don't know.
Oh, come on. I look
With
for a lot of things. We all
disdain,
do.
bully.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? I mean, so we're all kind of looking for different things, but we don't always buy. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm going to go shopping today. And sometimes you just don't feel like buying certain things.
Right.
You just like, I love salt and pepper shakers, but if I buy another salt and pepper shaker, someone needs to cut off my wrists and hands, because I have an entire shelf filled with salt and pepper shakers.
There are things
Oh.
I will not buy anymore because I am so sick of selling them.
Oh, I love them. I just have too many
I
of
love
them.
them, but I won't buy. I can't. I'm so sick of looking at them. And I will tell you, I am I am the easiest person to read if I don't like what I'm selling. I'll be like, okay, here's the stupid salt and pepper shaker. I got to tell you something. The other day I was watching.
Gosh.
Here's how I feel about it. I was watching D. What's D's
Thrill
channel?
the Thrift.
Thrill the Thrift. D. Was doing a sale with Jackie, Crafty Jackie, and Stephanie.
I watched that sale too. Yeah.
Yeah. And at one point, Jackie clearly was sick and tired of the sale. So she holds something up. I don't even know what it was. She holds something up, waited a few minutes. Well, do you want it or
I
not?
love her though. She's great.
I love all three of those girls, but I love Jackie. Oh my God, she cracks me up.
Yeah. It's
Why
fun.
would I not?
I mean, I think that we've all, like, okay, for example, I bought something that over the weekend that I paid too much for. I paid more than what it even retails for. And then I'm like, well, that was stupid. Why did you do that for? But I liked it.
Mhm.
No,
Sometimes I will buy something, I'll pay way too much for it, and even if I know I'm just going to break even, I'll still get it because it's cool enough and I want somebody to have it.
yeah, I'm like that too.
Paying a whole lot on it, but it's
Yeah.
cool enough that I don't want to leave it wherever it's at because I want some idiot to have it. I want my friends on YouTube.
Right.
So I will do that. Not very often, but if it's cool enough, I will do that.
Yeah, you want to have that wow. You love the, for lack of a better term, I guess, almost like a prestige of being able to offer that really cool item,
Yeah.
even though you're not going to make a lot of money on it, because you're excited about being able to provide that or offer that to people who you know are going to be interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people that buy from us, they love what they buy. And it's fun to shop for people who love what they're buying. I just love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess, kind of piggybacking on like what I have Katie's comment up. My volume is probably a little too loud. That's why I'm echoing. Talking about shop with me's, doing other content besides shop with me's. And that's something that I'm going to try to experiment a little bit with, because I need to focus more on shopping my own shop.
Mm.
Honestly, because I have it all set up. I have a shop. Why am I not shopping my own shop and then selling those things? Like, why am I not just walking through my own shop and shopping the things that I already have? I have it set up,
But see, that's the problem, though, is that, and we talked about, but it's like you, Misty, paid like going out and shopping, and then you like filming it because,
It's
so then
kind of an addiction, though.
yeah,
I mean, it's a shopping addiction.
Well, it's the thrill of the hunt, being able to go out and find these cool things. But it's also just as thrilling for me. It's just as thrilling to know that these things are. I love the whole process of it.
Yeah.
I like the whole completion of the cycle, the circle of life.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I pass it on. It goes around, and then I like that as a feeling of completion, I guess, for me, the whole completion of that whole transaction. But I don't know. I mean, I think that here's the thing though, too. We have to, I know that Jeffrey and I put out daily videos. Well, I don't put them out.
Not every day. No.
Well, you do. You were doing 5 days a week.
I'm not doing, because I'm like live on Monday.
Right. And
And
see,
Friday.
that's something that I've changed too. When I'm going live, I'm not going to put out a shop with me
I
video.
guess I am doing 6 videos a
You
week.
are.
and I forgot that. I didn't realize.
So
Okay.
once January rolls around and the AdSense goes, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you're putting the same amount of work in and you're making 50% from your videos as you were before. So I think if we are being a little bit smarter with that and we're not going out and spending, I mean, I'll go to the antique mall, spend $500, in a weekend. And
Yeah.
that's ridiculous because I have stuff that I could already be selling.
But do you get sick of what you have? See, that's I can't stand if I've had it for too long, then I just give it.
You don't want to sell it then.
Oh God, then I it's not that I hate it. I just hate that I can't stand looking at it one more second.
Then you do a mystery box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yes. Sarah, I'm going to be doing some of those coming up, as a matter of fact, because that's exactly it. And if you want to clear out, if you have good stuff, but you're like, ugh.
I know.
And it's one of those things though, too. I'm going to go back to that initial point is that, the whole idea of, what profit margin do you want? It's so difficult because again, you can look at something and you can say, well, I bought this for $1 and I can sell it for 15. And that is a great profit margin.
Yeah.
You made $14.
But,
and, let's say that we go on and we sell 10 items and we sold each of those 10 items for $14. Well, you made $140.
mm-hmm.
So you made $140 in a 2-hour sale, which isn't bad. But then you have the time that you took to go out and shop for it, as well as the time that you're going to have to pack, ship, and invoice for it. So is that margin good enough to justify the investment of time?
Right.
And I think for a lot of it, it's not. There's nothing wrong with that. That is still good money. But I think everybody's trying to maximize the time that they are investing into their businesses. So, and my point went right out of my head. Oh, mystery boxes. So it's a good way to get those smaller profit margins into one box. Because if you bought them inexpensively, you want to get it out. You don't get to the point where you're just like, forget it and just take it to Goodwill.
I know. I need to have another mystery box sale, which of course my mystery boxes are never mystery boxes. I end up telling them. And then furthermore, not only this last one was good because I already had the boxes sealed. But if I do a mystery box sale and let's say Randy, for example. Randy buys a mystery box from me. I can tell you almost to the room that she has it in what she collects. And so then I'll be like, oh wait, no, now I got to customize my mystery box for Randy. Oh, I've done that many times.
See, that's where you got to go through, but that's the point. You have to go through your inventory.
I know.
And approach it as a business and do just what you said and seal them.
I have to seal them. I have to.
Here is the thing. It's about called you Sam, Sarah. People that will come to your sales, they know the kind of stuff that you shop for. They know the kind of stuff that you're bringing to a live sale every week. They know that you are going to pack a mystery box and it's going to be of, Thrift U caliber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily, I don't think, have to, curate it. Now, listen, I think Randy Girl would love it if you just put a whole bunch of deer in her damn box. She'd be happy as can be. But Randy may not be Randy, we're just going to use you as the example.
Yeah.
She may not be the customer. But so I think if you sometimes use it as a theme, like I did a couple of Halloween mystery boxes, or I'm like putting together like an elephant mystery box.
That's kind of like the last time.
But then I think I just want to do it just a whatever mystery box.
Yeah.
I did some
There's no
themes.
theme to it.
People like
Just
the
whatever.
themes.
It's kind of like I had, there was boxes that were like dog heavy, like a lot of dog figurines, stuff like that, elephant heavy, stuff that were, so they kind of had an idea what was in them, like they weren't getting them randomly.
Let me know. We'll hold her down. We'll hold her down, Sam.
The thing of it is, I know that when I'm making a mystery box, in the back of my mind, my anxiety is like, oh my gosh, what if this sells for $100? Which they have. I'm going to make sure that I at least have one really, I mean, at least
okay.
one
Well,
really good thing.
I kind of don't like mystery boxes for that very reason, because I can't guarantee that what I'm putting in there is going to be what the buyer likes. Like what Misty's really good item is, maybe that buyer doesn't think it's a really good item.
But that's the mystery box.
That's the risk of the mystery box.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, and I think the price point, I think is a really good point. And I actually, interestingly enough, I did think of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do, like, if I do a mystery box, I'm not going to do them as offer ups, because I'm going to know what's in them. And I'm going to know what I put into them and what I feel comfortable selling it for. And that way, if that person does get it, and even though they assume the risk of a mystery box, I don't want somebody to spend $100 and be like, I don't like anything in here.
And if you put a fairy lamp in there, and like, let's say it happens to be someone who doesn't like fairy lamps for some weird reason,
and they are out there,
and then they got a fairy lamp, and then meanwhile, that's kind of wasted on them. Like you could have just sold that to somebody else, and it could, it's just, I hate the idea of wasting something good on someone who doesn't really want it.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't know. I mean, I just look at it as it's a way for me to clear off a shelf.
Yeah.
But people like that, and that's the thing.
Fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. People, they're like, oh, I got a Jeffrey mystery box, and they want to open it. And and I know this sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, they bought it because it's a mystery box, because they like the excitement and because it's from Jeffrey.
Yeah.
So it might not necessarily speak to their personal collection or their overall aesthetic, but it doesn't take away the excitement that they got a mystery box and they pay for. I have gotten mystery boxes, and you pay for that excitement. You're paying for the mystery. You're paying for the, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah.
I kind of like.
You got to have a pretty good reputation. I will say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of like the idea though of like mentioning a couple of the key things, or like if there's a fairy lamp, you just say there is a fairy lamp in here, and then the rest is a mystery.
Yeah.
I've done that. I'm like, there's guaranteed a bluebird of happiness in here.
Yeah.
There's guaranteed a fairy lamp in here. There's, mystery boxes, Kathy, the way that it works is just basically I put mine in a 12 by 12 by 8 box, and it's just, I just load stuff up in there and then weigh it. And then, it's all packed up. Nobody gets to see what's inside, but like I may give clues. And then I weigh it, and and I think one thing that you have to make sure that you really do is, say, I'm shipping from Indiana. This weighs 7 pounds, so just keep that in mind, because the shipping is going to, you have to pay for shipping as well. So, I think that, and you just do it. We do everything at our sales pretty much as an offer up, and, just kind of let it ride and see what it goes there. I think that you need to start it at a price that you feel comfortable with. If you have a Fenton fairy lamp in there, for example, I think starting it at $50 is fine, because that Fenton fairy lamp alone is worth more than that. So, and I think sometimes that's kind of the thing that, and I don't know, I like for this to be open for discussion with everybody here in the chat and on the panel. But, I think sometimes when we're selling things on live sales, and say I have a Fenton fairy lamp, say I have a 3-piece Persian medallion fairy lamp, they sell on eBay for about $125 and up, sometimes depending on the coloration and stuff. I think, and I've seen this, people like, okay, I have this fairy lamp, I'm going to start it at $15. Don't do that. You're going to be there for years. Start it at $60, $80. You're going to get those people that are serious about it are going to put in their bids right then and there. What do you guys? What do y'all feel about that? Does it make any sense for you to start something at such a
Right.
low price?
So I had two ways of thought on that, because originally I was looking at it like, okay, well, if I start it low enough, then more people can get involved with it and they can participate. And I kind of got that idea a little bit from how Jocelyn does her everything at $4
The $4.
eBay auctions. And then I started realizing, well, it takes all this time and doesn't even make a lot of sense. Why don't I just start it closer? So I personally am starting to put things a little higher just so that it cuts down on that time. So I don't know. I'm a little bit split on it because it does take away some of that funness of it. But we got to sell like 50 things in 2.5 hours.
That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, if you're going to spend all of your time just trying to get, it's going to eventually get there anyway.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like it. The time factor in a war, we call them wars, is I can't stand it. I can't stand sitting there and waiting. So when it gets, and I am notorious for selling things too low. It's like my trademark. But when it gets to the point where we're not seeing any movement in the chat, I'll have Sam call it. I mean, we do time them, but I'm like, we're done. I cannot stand to sit and wait like that. I hate it. So,
well, I think,
I should.
You don't, and that's absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to devalue your items. You don't want to devalue your time. You don't want to devalue, as Jeffrey says, your investment in it, though, either. At the end of the day, it is a job. And
let's talk about this real quick.
If we saw.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick. I'm game to talk about this because here's the thing.
What?
And this is a subject that people, I know that we've talked about before. And if I buy something at Goodwill and I find a fairy lamp at Goodwill and I paid, $3.99 for it and I end up selling it for $75. I'm the one that had to go out, use my gas, go out, buy it. You don't know. I mean, I may have spent 5 hours in the Goodwill.
Honestly, it could have been, you could have found it on the side of the road for free. Like, what's it matter? It's worth what it's worth.
Right.
That's just how it is. It has a value that someone else puts on it, a third party or a second party.
And I have always thought that if you don't, if you're mad at resellers for buying something for $2 and selling it for $200, then you got to go out and pick like we do. And that's all we do is go out.
That's it.
And you know what it is because you can easily say, well, I'll just go to Goodwill and find it myself. Well, you can say that, but the chances are you're not going to find exactly what you're looking for. That the chances of that are pretty low. And so that's kind of what the whole landscape of eBay is and all of this is because with everybody out there finding stuff, someone else found it for you. And meanwhile, you could go to Goodwill, you'll find something and you could sell it to someone else, maybe the other person that you bought the other thing from. And it's just a nice little symbiotic relationship because.
Yeah, we definitely, especially four of us, are not resellers selling to other resellers. That is for sure.
Right.
But even if
I bought from we will buy from each other.
I buy from the resellers if it's something I collect.
Sell something.
And I will pay retail.
Right.
Oh,
but you know what? At the end of the day,
Anna is upset because I keep interrupting you. So when I interrupt you next time, you can make sure that you tell me that I'm being a bad Misty.
Bad Misty. I don't even know. I
don't even know either.
I don't know. But that's what commercialism is. If you think that you walk into any store, and it does not matter what store you are walking into, the business did not purchase that for the price that they are selling it to you.
Right.
And Goodwill actually is a prime example of a reseller. They are quite literally getting everything for free, and they are making 100% profit on every single thing that they sell. Mm-hmm. So you can walk into Walmart and their margins are maybe a little bit lower, that's because they're scaling, right? They're buying in bulk, they're going economy of scale.
We can
So
get
they're buying thousands of units, so the per unit can be smaller margin
Right.
because they're going to sell thousands. Where we are buying a couple of dozen, so we have to make sure that our margins are higher.
Yeah.
That is business 101. That's not a reseller thing. That's just
No.
that's how a business works at the end of the day. It makes it maybe a little bit different because you're seeing it in action.
I
And
think
you're
that's the
seeing this
difference.
YouTuber, and it's more personal because it's this one person and you like that one person. But guess what? That one person is still a business. And it is more crucial that they have a better margin than a Walmart at the end of the day. So you are helping an individual, succeed.
You really can't even go to Walmart and buy stuff we're selling. But I mean,
Walmart's
yeah.
larger than some small
The
countries.
thing is, we
It
are
is.
two different business models. Walmart is on the scale. We are not. We're one person most of the time. And even still, it's like we're really small potatoes. I mean, really small compared to anything like that. So yeah,
It's have to sell things for what they're worth. And I get
Yeah.
so mad at myself. And I always think, oh, damn it. I hope Misty's not watching this sale, or Michael or Jeffrey, because I just devalued this thing for the three of them. But I have got to, I just have to, I got to set them higher. I just do.
Yeah, I
Because
think
You
maybe
have-
we misread Angela's question because I didn't understand it completely when I saw it.
Well, Angela, maybe reword what your point was, because I kind of took it as, well, you're buying these things for like pennies on the dollar and then selling them for. Now listen, I've been paying upwards of close to $100 on the fairy lamps that I've been buying lately.
I do too.
So I'm paying way up for things. And you kind of, when you get to a point where on certain things you kind of have to, because the run of the mill fairy lamps, because that's a hot thing right now, aren't going for as much as the higher dollar ones. Man, oh man, I can't wait to show you all the one I'm selling tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I want to keep it so bad, but I don't need to keep it. It's 3 inches tall.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
Where'd you get it?
I'm not going to say.
But like,
I don't want to give up my source.
No. I mean, like an antique store, though, someplace like that.
No.
Somewhere like that.
No.
No. Oh, did you steal it?
She found it on the side of the
And
road on
actually,
the highway
where I got
105
it, they're
going south
discontinued.
around the back.
I did.
Hold on, I gotta tell Bruce good night.
I did. It's actually, the company is not, they're not even being made anymore.
Cool.
I feel like Amazon is even larger than Walmart. Is it true?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are they?
Randy said, "You're not keeping it." It's so stupid cute. All right, and it's miniature. So
It is an
I didn't know that
itty-bitty.
even existed.
I didn't either. I did
It's a
not
fairy
know.
lamp snack.
It's a snack.
I didn't even know that we were.
One little bite. Okay.
Katie, that's right though. We're like little personal shoppers.
Mhm.
Who makes it?
Yes. Shop small. That's right. What does my buddy Daniel say? Do we have to explain ourselves? There are thousands of sellers who choose to buy from if one is not happy how one run. That's right, Daniel. Preach. Daniel took us all to church on Sunday.
Come on, preach on it.
He did. I was like, yes, Daniel. One thing that he had talked about, and I think that it's important though too, is, when you get an invoice,
I think Angela was talking about like if she saw like what was in the box. So I guess like if it's no longer a mystery then.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I mean, we buy so much. I don't even know how you'd
I
still
don't
be
either.
able to know what's in there.
I don't either. I'm not. All I do know is that you will not be seeing a Goodwill. No more Goodwill videos from me. I just can't anymore.
I'm not going to make that promise, but I have not done one in a long time.
They do not make me happy. I can't find anything in there. I have to go to several of them to make one video out of it. It's too much. I don't enjoy it. So I don't want to do it.
Well,
I
if I want to be, I think another big thing is like, it's just not the stuff that we're selling on live sales. I mean, every now and again, maybe you'll find something that's like actually good, but
rarely.
It's kind of almost like booth fillers, like that kind of stuff. Or if you have an eBay and you sell like a lot of just like stuff and it doesn't really matter what you're selling, you're just like making money on whatever, fine. But like, it's not really worth it for me.
Jeffrey, I told you that we need to go to Colorado.
Right.
What's in Colorado?
All the Goodwills. We're coming, Sarah. We're coming, Sarah.
Freaking Viking glass, Van Briggle. Wow, you find Van Briggle in a Goodwill. Like, what are you talking about?
Yes. Well, it's because
they're
it's
like,
in Colorado.
It's just another day at Goodwill, and I'm like, okay.
All right, let's go to Colorado. When do we plan?
I'm coming.
I'm surprised they don't pull that stuff out for their online though.
I think it's all done here. I don't think that the Goodwills out west sell online. I think they pull from all of our Goodwills, but not Pennsylvania's Goodwills.
Yeah, just the Midwest for some reason.
Just certain Goodwills.
Just the Midwest. Grace says the only issue is some of my personal shoppers sell when I'm working my day job. Listen, I would love
is that why you're not at my sale on Sunday night, Grace? Is that it? Okay.
I would love to do a prime time live sale, but I can't. There's no time. There is none available unless I wanted to be having a sale at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning.
You know what?
Midnight. What an idea.
I can't have a sale at the same time somebody else is having a sale because I will get so much hate for it.
I know.
Any of us would get so much hate for having a sale in the evening. I just can't do it.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Because we did move to Friday afternoons, which I absolutely love doing that. I love it. It doesn't feel like we're ending the sale at midnight, but there are people who they just can't come. So we're going to do one Sunday a month.
Oh, nice.
A night sale. Yeah, we'll do one Sunday. We'll go back to Sundays. We'll do one Sunday a month. So if you were not at our last sale, we did tell everybody who was there that. But if you missed it, we will go back to doing one Sunday a month. So everybody can come play and chat and talk about our problems and how much we hate people. And, it's what we do.
A friendly, uplifting chat.
Right.
It really is.
Nice.
Yeah, I like having my sales in the middle of the day because I like to have my evenings at home where I'm not working per se. But I do understand, and people do email me a lot asking, why don't you ever have your sale at night? And for a couple of reasons, it's just not when my working hours are. I mean, that's the main reason. It's just not when my working hours are.
Right. Well, there are people though, because Sam is so therapeutic, and I'm not kidding about this. Sam is like the resident reseller therapist. And there are people who come to our lives not to buy anything, but to have Sam talk to them. And I mean that sincerely.
She's a TED Talk.
All right.
She needs to do a video of like TED Talk with Sarah or with Sam. Not with Sarah. Oh Lord, could you imagine?
No.
What are you talking about, Jeffrey?
But yeah, I think that would be good. I think that would be good. And I know that Sam is really looking forward to the Thriftmas. Are you going to do that again this year, Sam? The Christmas thrifting, the 5 days a week videos. Remember you guys did that last year?
Oh my God.
Oh, you know what? That's interesting that you just brought that up because I have wanted to ask this question. That's awesome.
Guys, those are sweet comments.
Do you guys ever feel that you become too available to your viewers, your buyers, your subscribers, your community members? Do you ever feel that you become too available.
Not me. I know Misty feels that way sometimes.
No, not
Okay.
really.
I
And I
mean,
don't, what I mean, what, let me clarify. I don't mean like personally available. What
oh,
I
you mean like
mean,
you give too much of your personal self over?
uh, well, that you have X amount of videos. Like if you're the 5 videos a week thing is what made me rethink of it. You're doing 5 videos a week and you're live twice a week. Do you know what I mean? Do you think that people, is there, I have that fear, if I'm going to be honest, is
That
that I'm like, am I like doing too much? Am I
Yes.
like, do you know, am I putting myself too much out there and people are just like, dang already, just like, and not in like a critical kind of way,
Mhm.
but they get used to it. And therefore, once they're used to it, they become comfortable with it. And then when you're comfortable with it, you're like, no.
No, I just think that people are sick of seeing me, and I'm sick of seeing me. You know what I mean? I'm like, Misty, when are you not live?
so what's your worry, Michael, exactly?
That people tune out.
Oh, they'll just stop watching because they see so much of you.
I don't know that it's necessarily a quote unquote stop watching as it is a not as interested to watch. Like it's more, I guess, yeah, at the end of the day, the ultimate action is a not watching, but it's really for me about the question as to why. And I think that it is, again, I can't but help think like, oh, oh, Michael, man, you're doing 3 videos a week, which is not a lot, but you're literally never stop 3 videos. No, I would, but it's then I'm literally live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I have to think. And then I'm
Right.
doing like, I'm boom, 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 boom. It's like I'm here all the time. And then it's just like, well,
I
there's always
think
the next one.
I think it only feels like a lot to the person that's doing it. I think everyone else has their own lives. There's just like so much else going on that I mean,
Okay.
it's not I don't think it's as bombarding as it seems to. I know there's a YouTuber I watched that would do like 3 videos a day, and
Oh,
he's a financial channel, but he does like 3, 4, sometimes.
Jeffrey.
But I would just watch the ones that looked like they'd be interesting, and aggregated, I think that he would get more views than from me because if he was putting out 4 videos, maybe I do only want 1 or 2 of them. But maybe if he only put out 1, well, maybe that was the one I didn't want to watch. So like I think
It- well,
I see what you're saying.
and your YouTube analytics will tell you like the best time of day to to put your video. I
I
don't
don't
care for
understand
that.
that though.
It says
But
mine's 10 o'clock at night.
yeah, but that's when it's saying that's when, but see, that's what I don't like about that analytic is because it doesn't tell us when our specific viewers, like people who are, ew, that's so gross.
Hot dog.
That's Doug being silly.
There's a TV show for that. No, no.
Douglas.
Douglas.
But that
Doug's sitting back
analytic
there
is
laughing his little butt off now. He is.
bad, Misty. That analytic is that analytic is so not right because it shows you YouTube. It doesn't show, Thrift U viewers. It doesn't show Thrifter Junker Vintage. It doesn't show Real Nifty. It doesn't show Cultivate. It's not showing us our specific
Mhm.
analytics. It
And
shows
it's misleading because it acts like
YouTube.
it is. It says when your
Yeah,
viewers are online. I'm like, when my viewers are online?
no,
I think you're
no,
lying.
they are. I mean,
Well,
not. They're not. They're showing you when YouTube is most
yeah.
active. But what does that mean?
Okay, here's my thing. What does it actually matter when they're on? Because like they'll eventually be on and then they'll watch it. Like, why do
Right.
they have to be, why do I have to put the video out when they happen to be on? I mean,
Say this as I sit and watch DIY videos while I'm making things because it's just like background for me. But I do have, well, honestly, I don't know if I like any of them, but I mean, there are people that okay, there's some people, they've got,
Speak your truth, girl. Come on.
what's that called again when you talk really softly? That AMSR,
ASMR.
ASMR, I don't know what the hell it
Yeah.
is. But even my grandson, there's this woman, she makes the greatest stuff, but I cannot stand to listen to her because she talks really slowly and quietly. And my grandson Oliver's like, what is that? She's got like that ASMR voice. I rest my case. But there are people who I consistently watch because I like what they make.
Yeah.
And but I don't care what time they put the video out. I just watch the video when I sit down to make something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I could care less when the video goes out.
I like to do mine at 8:00 in the morning, just simply because I do get a lot of comments from people that say they're having their coffee while they're watching my videos, or
Exactly.
it's like a morning routine that they have.
Yeah.
And so I think that's so sweet. I'll consistently put mine out at
I've
8:00
gotten
in
those
the morning.
comments. They're like, oh, I love when you put them out in the morning because I watch you, then I watch Misty, then I watch blah,
Right.
blah, blah.
And I love that. I love that. So it's like, I don't care what you say, YouTube analytics.
Stupids.
Stupid.
I'm just saying, I never knew like what I was supposed to do with that information. Like, I mean, does it, because I personally watch, like, I'll see something that's like, oh, look, there's a new video. Cool. And then I just let that be exciting to me and then I'll be like, I'm going to go watch that whenever I have time tonight or whenever I have it. And then I watch it then. I don't.
Yeah. Okay. LaDonna brings up a really good point. You know, we're talking about consistency of videos and putting the videos out. She feels a bit torn when resellers do multiple sales a week. I think it makes it hard for the less established resellers, especially if you schedule new sales when another person's sale is on.
Okay, so that's something that I used to tear myself up with, but
multi-sales?
What?
Multi-sales is what you...
No, multiple sales. It's not multi sellers in one sale, right?
No.
I used to. Okay, I'm just saying I used to feel bad about the whole idea of like, well, I don't want to go on live if somebody else is doing something. But I suddenly realized that like it's my business. I mean, my business isn't to get in everybody else's business and know what everybody else is doing. That would be requiring way too much. Honestly, if I wouldn't expect that for anybody, the largest channel. So, I mean, I don't want to sound like it's dog eat dog out there or anything, but you got to just do what works for you. And I don't know how else to put it without sounding kind of like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
And you know,
I think we all know what you mean.
The biggest channels didn't get to be the biggest channels by caring and feeling about what every other channel was doing. They focused on themselves because it was their business, and that drive drove them to be a big channel and to be a success in business.
It doesn't mean you can still care about these other people.
Right. Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, you got to watch out for your business.
Yes.
But like I said, my business is not other people's business. My business is not to be like, oh, well, when is so-and-so doing their thing? If we had an antique store down the road, like with all these stores lined up or something, I mean, I'm trying to figure out a good analogy for this, but I don't know if I can. Well, I guess we could all be open at the same time and people will just take, I don't know if that's a very good analogy, actually. Because you're done.
I mean, it just is, you know, if Target is having something big, you can bet that Walmart's going to be doing the same thing.
Oh, like Black Friday.
For the game.
Yeah.
Black Friday.
There you go.
They're all doing it.
If you are a new reseller and you are jumping on to do live sales, you got to have a following. You do. You can't jump on and expect the number of people that are at Jeffrey's sales or at Michael's sales or at Misty's sales. You can't expect that. You got to work up to that.
Good point.
I mean, yes, while
you don't just
feel terrible,
yeah.
I can't worry about, although I love them, they've got 30 people at their sales. I can't put something off because I've got to pay my stupid car payment because, so-and-so is having a sale with 30 people there. And I know that it hurts people's feelings. I know it does. But honest to God, you guys, every one of us, all of us except Michael, and it's only a matter of time. This is how we make our living. We have to do it. We have to.
I swear to God, I thought you were about to say
I have 2 kids in college.
Yeah. I mean, my God, the pit you get in your stomach when you are completely self-employed is unreal.
Yeah.
It is like, okay, is there a way I can steal groceries this week? Let's see.
So
No, Sarah, that's the truth.
I don't think there's any written rule that says as a channel you can only go live once a week.
No,
I don't know why that would be expected.
no.
Like just because there's other people that are trying to make it in the world or do their business or so.
Well, let's talk about this.
That's a good point. Yes, I agree.
I'm not sure how that relates, but yes.
Well, because we're having live sales, but not all. I don't have all my videos are not all live sales. Do I put a call to action and say people can buy something if they see something that they're interested in? Absolutely, I do.
Okay, I'm gonna just mention I didn't do live sales this whole time. So I was doing Etsy first. Then I got I got 3 antique booths. Then I realized, I don't really like that antique booth situation. Then I was just doing Etsy for a little bit. Then I decided, well, it's somewhere in there. I started YouTube, and then I was selling to people who'd be like, "Hey, I saw this in your haul video. I saw you buy this. Would you sell it to me?" And I would just email them back and say, "Okay, here we go. Let's do it." And then after that, I switched from Etsy to eBay shortly. Oh, bye, Carrie. And then
I'm waiting on Sarah to see that. So go ahead, Jeffrey.
And then after that, then finally the live sale thing came in.
I hate you, Brad.
The live sales are just a way to sell things. It's kind of like, so instead of me putting things up on Etsy and selling them, I'm actually just putting them up on YouTube and selling direct to YouTube subscribers. Because honestly, after a certain point, that was the bulk of who was going to my Etsy store. And then that's why I decided, why am I paying all these fees on Etsy? Why am I paying Etsy money for sales that I'm giving them? I'm saying, here, go buy it on my Etsy. So it was like a slow transition from selling things on a third-party website to direct. So
yeah, for sure.
It's not, I don't know. I still don't understand the money bag thing.
I think that it's that we're doing all these live sales just to get money from our viewers.
We're selling the stuff that we're buying. It's just part of the job.
This is what we do. This is our job. It's our job. And it doesn't matter if we're selling it on a live sale or on eBay or
I will also say it's not like one or the other. Like I can care about the people that are subscribed.
Absolutely. And we do
want to have a beneficial relationship where I find something and then they want to buy it. And at the end of the day, we're not twisting anybody's arm to buy anything.
No.
This is like people watch, they want to support.
Different people buy different things.
Yeah.
And that's why you need a bigger following of people, because you can't expect the same 5 people.
You can't rely on 10 people. Yeah.
Right. So, you need a few more people that are following you before you start doing sales. But different people buy different things every week. And I'm hoping, other than Annette Mayfield, is she here? She's like my wealthy benefactor, because I'll tell you what, she got me. I don't know. She has bought. So I love all my buyers, but all my subscribers, but not the same people buy the same stuff every week. So if I'm having a Halloween sale, then Halloween people are going to show up,
Right.
If I'm having a, art glass sale, then the art glass people are going to show up. But it's, Randy is also guilty of that too, being my wealthy benefactor, I will say. But
I think that I don't necessarily think that
we do like to chat too. And
oh yeah. I think that's all. That's a lot of the fun of it is, you're at the end of the day, you're having a sale and you want to sell your things. But I think that in having the people talk to one another in the chat is a really important thing. It's just that sense of community. And I love seeing that. I wish that I could be more involved in the conversation, but you're trying to, work and do your job, and you want to talk too. But, I think that I kind of am on the team of, try having a live sale. I don't think that necessarily matters if you have, hundreds of followers. I think if you market yourself well, if you market yourself well, as far as like Michelle is saying, when you have a commercial giving a preview of your items, Instagram is a wonderful way of doing that. And if you have a YouTube channel and you're not utilizing Instagram, that's a big thing. That's a really big thing.
It's free.
It's free advertising that you can do, and playing around with different ways of advertising your sale, not coming on to another sale and advertising your sale. Don't do that, because that's how you'll make a lot of people mad. You'll make other content creators mad if you go into their sale and you're advertising your sale. In a chat or a hangout, that's different. But I think if you're marketing yourself and you're consistently bringing things that people are going to find appealing, and if you're having if you're having a vintage sale, you're having a vintage sale. There's a difference between like having a vintage sale and like having like an online yard sale, which there's nothing wrong with. I buy lots of things from like an online yard sale or like a live sale like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think if you are advertising that you're having a vintage sale, but yet you're not having a vintage sale, then that can be like, well, wait a minute. Your viewers are going to be like, well, they're not having a vintage sale, and they may not come back next week.
Hey, Misty.
Uh-huh.
If I pop off, can you put me back in?
Oh, sure.
iPad is, even though it's charging, it is losing its charge even though it's plugged in. So I think
listen, before you leave, Sarah, whatever device you come back with, make sure that before you even come back into the chat that you turn the volume up all the way on the device.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then come back in.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Now, see, we're talking about. Okay, I'll pop you back in if you leave.
Don't talk about me.
We're not going to talk about you.
Much.
only only good things. So Randy's saying she doesn't really necessarily previews can take the surprise element. I think it's a good idea to not show everything, but show, because you want to show people, look at what I got. Look at my stuff. So maybe not.
I never show everything. I mean,
it's fun. Hi, Logan.
I want to say, like, just in general, reselling, I did not start reselling for the money. Like, that's one other thing. I actually do like reselling because I enjoy owning my own business and being my own boss. I love vintage things. I love the whole experience of it. So I know we were talking about like the whole money thing, but it's not, it would at the start of it, definitely. And even now, it's not the main driver. My goal is to make sure that I'm taken care of and like financially secure, and I'm investing in, retirement accounts and things like that. And I'm setting myself for the future as well. But, yeah, I do it because I enjoy doing it. I mean, I left a 9-to-5 job to do this. I took a jump. A leap of faith, whatever they call that. Yeah. So
that's what it was.
Yeah. So I did not see reselling as a big money maker. I didn't. And honestly, I don't think I think for the vast majority of people, it's not. It's at best, it's a good side hustle. I think it's an exception if you can turn it into a full-blown thing. And the reason why a lot of us are able to do it, especially here on screen, is because we have YouTube channels and we've cultivated this over years.
Yeah.
Oh, it just takes time. It just takes commitment. And that's all I can say about that.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It takes, I mean, we've all been, and I know that there's people in the chat too that put up content. I mean, I've stayed up all night editing videos. I mean, you run on very little sleep, lots of sacrifice. There's a lot of things that I don't get to do anymore because I'm trying to, to maintain this business. I work 6 days a week, sun up to sundown. I mean, it takes a lot of sacrifice. It does. And I'm not saying that it can't, that, it can't be done and that it isn't obtainable, because, 3 years ago, I never in a million years would have dreamed that I would be, I would have almost 26,000 followers on YouTube. Never thought it would ever happen. I mean, I started my YouTube channel kind of as a joke with my daughter, saying that, oh, I bet I'll get more subscribers than you. And she was like, no, you won't, but she stopped working at it and I just kept going. So, and I think too, your personality has a lot to do. I think that does definitely help. If you kind of have a fun, quirky, weirdo personality. I mean, we all love Jeffrey on coffee on Friday night. I mean, that's like the highlight of my week.
I mean, good for you that you like that, but I personally,
I get to be there in
I get mad at myself.
I get to be there in person this Friday night.
You do, and I don't know if I'm going to have a sale this Friday night. I guess I should. Well,
Yes,
with the
you should.
pop-up this weekend, it's so much going on. I'm just like,
Well, you could just
maybe
have a little sale.
like 20 things.
Yes.
It'll be a cute little sale.
It'll be a sweet little, I'll sit in the corner and I won't make a sound.
Right.
Well-
Right. Right.
Okay.
Oh, Grace how do you stay focused to plan for retirement, Jeffrey? That's something that Jeffrey does really talk about a lot.
How do I stay focused though?
Mhm.
Okay, so you have to have a desire. You actually that's true with a lot of things in life, but you have to have a focus and a real want. And that want has to be a priority. My priority is that I don't want to get to a certain age and realize that, oh, I don't have any money. So I've been investing over years, and I started with just an IRA. I maxed it out. They let you put like so much in a year. Unfortunately, it's maxed out at like 5,500, I think, right now. So but that compounds over time. So can you put the thing back up? The question.
The 401k.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, with a full-time job, you have a 401k plan, insurance, paid time off. It's a lot to give up. What does that say? Oh,
It's a lot to give up for giving up.
oh, how do you plan for retirement? So how do you give up all of those things, the insurance and everything? Well, I don't know. I would say if you don't want to stop working, don't stop working, especially that time until you're able to get that Social Security benefits and everything at 59 and it's better if you do it a little bit later, but still. So, I mean, you have to weigh those things out, but so I invest in, but anyways, I started an LLC so that I could start investing even more money because there's tax benefits to an LLC structure.
And
I realized.
And I think that it's important too, and that's something that Jeffrey has been doing that I'm hopeful to start in 2022 is because I as well have an LLC, but Jeffrey has been smart enough to put himself on payroll, and I have not done that. And that is something that I'm going to start doing in 2022.
What
are you guys talking about?
Tax reasons.
Oh, there's your volume. Better.
There you go. We're talking
Is it
about
better?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We only got about 20 minutes left, but you're good.
Yeah, that might be the key, Michael, because I noticed when we turn on the do not disturb,
Yeah.
it turns the volume all the way down. But even if I think before we go in, we're going to have to turn the volume up.
I've been having that problem with StreamYard lately. I have to make sure the volume, yes. And I typically, what's happening to me is that I can't hear you guys. I haven't experienced you can't hear me. I'm like, what are you saying? Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So I think we're talking about retirement.
And the only other thing I could say about that is look at so if you have your investments, this is not an investment channel, but there's something known as the 4% rule. And that states that you can live off of 4% of your money. So if you have $1 million, 4% of that is $40,000. So that's kind of what you could pull out of your money with $1 million every year and not technically touch your principal. But that's just a rule. It's not like 100%. It depends on the stock. It depends on the stock market and what your investment ratio is, stocks, bonds, all of that. So some even say some are more like 3% and some are even up to like 5%, especially this last year or whatever. We've had really good stock market returns, but still.
Which is another good reason to go and talk to a CPA. A CPA
Yeah.
will be able to lead you down
Definitely.
that, investment, category. I'm getting ready to start investing in a Roth IRA.
That's good.
Yeah. And it doesn't, I mean, it's just a little something, I mean, I say this all the time. I have a Mark, and Mark does have he works for the government. He has, good benefits. I don't have to worry about the insurance part. But I still I want to be able to feel safe and secure in my own retirement for me, just because you never know. So,
another thing they say is your money doubles like every 9 years.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, let's say you had $100,000. If that money just compounds annually in 9 years, you will technically have $200,000.
Right.
And then take
Do you
that
want to know what
$200,000.
my retirement plan is?
I don't, Social Security?
Oh gosh.
Shut up. No.
What?
Prison.
Oh,
Prison?
What?
she's
You're
got a
gonna
list. She's got a list of people. She's sharpening her knife.
Prison. No, I can't. I'm trying to figure out how to get there, but because I don't want to hurt anybody.
Oh,
Maybe burn something
they've
down.
got it
I don't know if they'll
made.
keep me.
Burn
But you know
something
what?
down.
I've heard it's okay. I
I've
can
heard
work
that too.
out. I feel like I would be the darling of prison.
Have you ever watched the show Jailbirds on Netflix?
No.
Oh, Sarah, you need to watch it. You might change your mind.
No, I
I'm
think I'm going to be okay.
concerned.
I'm going to completely change prison around. We're going to learn to craft. We're going to learn to make things.
She'll be in charge of craft time. Craft time with Sarah in
Yeah.
prison.
They might let me bring my camera. I can be the prison photographer. There's nothing wrong with
You
that.
can start a YouTube channel from prison.
This is what I'm thinking. And
Oh gosh, what's Sarah saying, or what's Sam in here saying?
I absolutely need my own pillow.
Two-
Though. I
two-
have to have my own pillow.
I was so surprised to learn that they actually have you could use you could use cell phones and computers in prison and watch TV. I thought that
take
you
that
were
back.
in an empty cell.
It's my
with the
retirement plan prison.
That's what it should be.
I was
Listen,
surprised.
I said it.
if y'all watch Jailbirds, it is a women's prison reality show on Netflix. It's great. It's like you can't stop watching it.
Not all prisons. I know Orange is the New Black. It was kind of the more traditional.
Sugar
way.
Britches had a thing I wanted to talk about.
I'm going to try really hard, Barb. Sorry, guys.
Sugar Britches, I'm having so much fun doing the live sales. I'm still intimidated by shipping and have undercharged a few times. Well, you
I
know
do
how
that all
you
the time.
don't do that, Sugar Britches, is you don't. Jeffrey and I are gonna go round and round. I do not send invoices until I have it all shipped and ready to go out the door. So I
Me
know
too. Jeffrey doesn't do it that way, though.
No, I know exactly how much I'm going to have to charge for shipping because it's exactly what I'm charged for shipping. And Jeffrey is very, very good at his invoices, and he tests his theory, and he is very, very, very. There's been a few times when he has lost some money on shipping.
Yeah.
But
It's okay.
It does happen. It happens with eBay. I mean, when you list things on eBay, you don't you put in an approximate.
Personally like getting paid first, just knowing that it's all then I could just go for it. I don't like the idea of putting things in boxes, taping them, and then it's what if they don't pay? And that's a really weird, because people mostly always pay, but it's just I want the whole transaction finalized.
He's like Rain Man. He's like Rain Man. He can do his shipping in his head.
Well, yeah.
Well, like when here's what I do on eBay, and it's 99.9% of the time, it works out fine for shipping. But if you just, let's say I'm just selling a vase or whatever. So I measure that vase and then I add an inch top, bottom, and sides. So there's your box, because you got to add and then I just add a pound. So if you do that, you're going to be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I would do that about the adding inches and stuff, because that's assuming you have a box like that. So
I'll make the stupid box.
oh, well, that's fun.
You would not believe.
I've done
You wouldn't believe it.
yeah, I've done stuff like that, but it's time consuming.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I think that it just see, I know Jeffrey gets his shipping done right away. So I mean, it isn't a matter like my theory is what weighs on me is thinking, what if I was driving down or I was walking down the street and an piano fell out of someone's window and fell on me and broke my leg.
Fell out of the window.
Really?
Right.
I mean, but you know what?
And I couldn't ship y'all's stuff out, but I've already charged you, but I couldn't ship it out. I would probably die of a heart attack just stressing out over that.
That's funny.
I stress out about it. I want to get it. I want to move it out.
That's where I'm at with it. Because by rights, truth be told, we could go ahead and do the way that we do it and collect the money, and then the piano drops on us on our way to the post office. So essentially, It's the same scenario could have played out. However, that's my thing, is like, I like to get it all boxed up and get it, it's like boxed and contained, and I can get it out that way. Like, I don't have stuff sitting loosely. Yeah, it's just I again, because I'm doing it from home, I can't, like, I have stuff sitting out here loosely for tomorrow's sale, and it's driving me up a wall. That's why I will have a box for this stuff ready to go before we even go live, because I just want it. Okay, good, gone, go, get out.
Michael, I should do that. That's smart.
Oh, I'm telling you, it saves so much time.
I should do that.
So pre-box, pre-paper, so much time.
Let me let you in on a little secret of mine. I get satisfaction of putting my completed boxes, after the label's been put on them and they've been paid and they're getting ready to go to the post office. I like to Tetris them into my IKEA bags.
Yes.
I know.
That brings me joy. I don't know why
for me too.
Does it? Okay.
Well, and you remember, I have a small car. I find it kind of fun every week shoving everything in my car so that it fits to go to the post office.
Yeah, there's some kind of weird satisfaction in rearranging those boxes a certain way.
And then whenever I get to the post office and they roll me out a cart, then I have to Tetris it on their little rolly cart, my bother.
I love that too.
And then push it in the back so that they got it.
It's just weird. It's just a weird thing. That's why, I have 2 boxes I haven't gotten the people's information from my last week's sale, and I see those 2 boxes sitting on my to be shipped table, and I have an anxiety attack over it because I don't want to I want that table to be empty. Before,
or like if you have something left over that hasn't quite been paid for yet, like. I also am really bad about, typically people pay right away, but there may be 1 or 2 people that haven't paid. And then I don't think about like going back and looking at my PayPal to see if once that group of people pays, then I'm in next sale mode. So then I'm like, oh, shoot. Now I've got this thing that the shipping's been paid for 2 days and I haven't shipped it, because once I'm past that sale, I'm done, so I apologize to anybody that that happens to.
When I have a sale, like on Wednesday after my last sale, I move everything from where the table is over to like where I'm getting ready to wrap it, the wrapping table, and I go ahead and I pull things for next week's sale, and I have it all already set up for next week. It's that whole cycle, and I don't leave until I get that done, because in my brain I'm already on the next sale. So I know I'll get everything shipped on Thursday, and then I already have things pulled for Tuesday and Wednesday.
So why don't we use postal pickup? I don't use it for a couple reasons. First of all.
You got to trust people then.
Is that shade? Are you throwing shade? No.
You got to give up control.
Not to you in general.
So what it is, my biggest thing is you have to schedule it. And then what do? You put it all outside? I don't want to put it outside. And then if you don't, then you got to sit around and wait for the guy or whatever. No, that seems like a lot of stress. It's just way easier to just take it there myself. So And then I know it's done. I take it there. I know it's done. Plus, it's a nice way to get out of the house for me. I know some people might be like, oh, it's just extra work. But like, it gives me some other variable to my day that I otherwise wouldn't get to do. So it's kind of this
Well,
fun.
also, I can't stand the idea of one person having to drag 40 boxes down
Oh
to
my gosh.
their mail truck. I can't live with that.
That's
kind of
another
guilt.
thing.
I
I
just
feel
can't.
bad for the
I
people.
do
So
too.
I want to do it myself. And it saves
Yeah.
everybody a lot of work, and it ends up being better for me.
And I like my postal. I go in there every day. I go to the post office every single day, and
Cool.
I have a little conversation with my postal workers. They're lovely. If you
Yeah.
build a good if you build a good relationship with them, I mean, they see you coming, they'll get a cart ready. They'll like, you can just go ahead and lay your boxes up there. You're supporting the USPS. They want you there. They want your business. And I'd seen someone said, I would not want to be behind you in line at the post office. All of I know everybody else does the same. Well, I don't know if Michael, if you're doing this yet, but all of my boxes are prepaid. I
drive to the back of the building.
I do
I ring
too.
the doorbell. They roll me out a cart. I fill the cart. I roll it back into the building. I walk in the front, get in line, hand them my phone. They scan a barcode on my phone, and then I leave.
Yeah, see, mine don't want me. They don't want to scan anything.
Oh, they don't even care if you scan something?
No.
Oh.
I ring the bell. I wheel
So
it
is
in.
the scanning just for us then to know like that it's been
Scanning's
accepted?
just for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Maybe I'll just tell them we don't need to do that.
I go in
Yeah.
every day because I do check my PO box, and you know, I like my postal workers. They're lovely. Elena, can someone tell me why shipping on eBay is so high? Is it the platform?
It's up to the sellers individually.
Yeah.
Some sellers think that they're being slick and they're going to put like $9.99 and then they're going to put like $30 shipping on it because it's only $9.99.
Yep.
No.
You guys also have to remember, I know I've said this before, I'm not talking to you guys, but the people who are watching that, a lot of times when you say things that are that have sold for cheaper than what you're buying it from us for, or you can find it listed cheaper, always look at the shipping. Always look at that seller shipping because on eBay, because they're going to make that money somewhere. Now they may have something listed for, $30 that I think should be sold for $75, but they've got $40 shipping. So, always make sure you look at on eBay and Etsy at the shipping, because they'll build that in somewhere. They're not going to give it to you for free.
No. No.
And they're, it's just they're trying to make the perceived value lower. That's all.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if I see something that I like, and it's only listed for $10, well, the shipping's $30. Well, there's my answer,
I don't know if there's been any time I've actually ever bought from that person. Like, I think even if there was like that, or maybe there was someone who's selling it for as a total $5 or $5 more, I might still go to the one that's $5 more. Say the person that has it for I don't know, math is not good for me. You know what I'm saying though?
The higher shipping.
Yeah. I will never buy from somebody who elevates their shipping, because I know what it costs to ship. And it irritates the bejesus out of me, because they do that because people don't understand. We know what it costs to ship things. I can tell you from where I live what it's going to cost almost anybody at a certain rate for me to ship something to them. I know what it costs, but
there's
when
a
you're
difference
just a
between
random
there's just a difference
buyer
between, like,
on eBay, they don't know.
There's a difference between like a little bit of a handling in it and like tens of $20s of dollars over. Like that's
yes.
I like we're not throwing shade on
bucks.
anybody that's like, well, I want to make like $1 or more or $2 more for like my time.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, like
but when you're shipping something this big and you're putting it in a 10 by 8 by 6 box,
like $25 shipping.
Right. This is going to ship first class. It's going to be under £1. It's going to ship in a 6 by 4 by 4 box or smaller, and it's going to be about $3.50 to ship it, or $3.75.
Right.
It may be to where someone really doesn't know what they're doing as far as their measurements and their weights when they're shipping.
You can alter eBay shipping prices.
Yeah.
There's not even eBay shipping prices. It's your shipping prices as a seller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
eBay has really nothing to do with it. You can buy shipping labels off of eBay, but
Yep.
that's a separate thing. That what they pay for the shipping label is completely isolated from what they want
Yep.
to charge to
Yeah,
the
it
buyer.
has nothing to do with eBay. I mean, I don't buy any of my shipping from eBay. I go through pirate ship. So
And
it
by the
doesn't
way,
have
that's-
anything to do with eBay.
It's true with Etsy too. This is not a bash eBay thing. It's true with actually
No.
every
Yeah.
platform as far as I know.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
and I everything I list on eBay, like when I have if I have someone that's doing drafts for me, I don't have them fill out the shipping part because I know what I can. I'm a better guesstimate at it than they are. With eBay, that's when I do, when we're talking about invoicing beforehand. With eBay, I don't pack everything up in a box because I don't know how long I'm going to have it. It may sit on my shelf for 6 months.
Yeah.
So,
And inevitably they'll be like, "Can you take a photo of like this part of it?" And
Yeah.
you're like, well,
like,
it's in a
no.
box.
Right.
Turns out, no, I can't.
I saw something that I know we're past 10 o'clock, but I had seen something that I wanted to address and I cannot find it. Oh, yeah. Carrie's comment. Listen, I guess it was that. Make sure if you're reselling that you have the proper tools that you need to ship. You have a various amount of boxes. You don't have to buy your boxes. You can go and find boxes. I get all of my boxes on Amazon. Other than when I get an eBay coupon because I have an eBay store, I'll, spend my $25 as I think I'm on a basic store now.
I'm surprised you don't find them cheaper on eBay though.
No. I buy all of them on, well, maybe if I looked hard enough.
You buy 100 at a time?
No, I usually buy 50 at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
I know I could probably find them cheaper from like that Uline or whatever.
Oh,
No,
no,
you
way
can't.
more expensive.
Okay.
No.
Because I know with
They're
Amazon, I'll
ridiculous.
get them in 2 days. So if I'm running low, I know I'm going to get them fast. Make sure that you have bubble wrap. American Bubble Boy is a great place to get bubble wrap.
American Bubble Boy. I was trying to think of the name of that the other day.
Yes.
I need to go there.
Yes. And Carrie, if you are shipping glass, fill in all the voids.
Oh
if
my
you've got
God.
a cup, fill that void. Make sure that it's not touching any sides. Don't ship something that's breakable. Scott, are you listening to me? Scott knows I'm going to say this. Scott didn't do this, but Scott knows an experience that I've had with this. Don't ship a breakable item in a poly bag. A bubbled poly bag is not going to save your item. You've got to ship it in a box. Scott knows. What else? Free shipping has a shipping calculator.
Oh, Newton's cupboard. Yeah, well, there is right. You can use calculated shipping.
Yes, you can.
I was just saying that. I mean, I guess I misspoke, but
I use calculated shipping, but I still
can
change
choose
it.
not to. I'm just saying people can choose not to. They can do flat rate. They can do whatever. They could do calculated plus a handling fee, like a flat fee. So there's like many ways, but
yeah, I do everything calculated, but I still change
I do too.
The dimensions and the weight of the box.
Yeah, I put in specific to the thing I'm selling. It's all
right.
If I was using Etsy or eBay, I would use calculated shipping. I would let their onboard things figure out the shipping based on what it weighs and what size box it's going to go in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a great thing to end on. Please ship within a reasonable time after you've been paid. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say enough that when you are a reseller, this shipping is the most important part of your job. It is absolutely the most important part of your job.
100%.
All right. So thank you guys for joining us on this Monday night. It's 10 o'clock, which is what I like to call pumpkin time.
Oh, somebody thought that I was making money off of shipping.
What?
Oh, no.
No, he's not making money off of shipping. He is a shipping savant. He knows the shipping. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. He's like the Rain Man of shipping. He knows it.
This is because I've done like 2,500 packages before these live sales on Etsy, and I hold something, I put on the scale, I'm like, yeah, I figured it was going to be that. Then I'm like, okay, so it's going to go. So it's like, it's just that.
Yeah.
And then
You know what? At the end of the day, everybody has a different way of running their business, and what works for them, and what works for others works for others. But I think that the most important thing is when is to provide your customer with the respect of shipping them their item out to them in a reasonable time.
Oh,
And-
absolutely.
And I think that they appreciate that, and they'll come back.
Yeah, for sure. I agree 1,000%.
Yep. Flamingos cost money, people. Scott said.
You do.
Yeah, and Jeffrey, Jeffrey, will you tell people real quick? Do you have a roll that you can show them of your tape?
Yeah, I do have the newest one.
Hey, everybody show something real quick because I want to show you guys something that I made.
Okay.
But
I got
don't
a
wanna
new
be the only one,
book.
so everybody show something.
Okay, I got a new book, Squeaky Toys.
I'll show you a preview of
So
something.
this is
I love that
Jeffrey's
tape.
tape.
So you can buy this tape on my website, realniftyvintage.com. I designed it in-house and it's made in America, but it's 55 yards of shipping tape.
Mhm.
And I also have
love it.
I have a Christmas one too somewhere. So I've got the 2 rolls right now. I want to do more,
Cute.
but yes. If
Michael, show something.
they're like,
Okay.
they're just under $10 per roll.
And you can contact
bad.
him or go on realniftyvintage.com.
Make it easy on you. I'm going to show you a preview for tomorrow. If you didn't see, this is a long neck Napco deer. She is
Oh,
gray.
Oh, cute.
She's going to be
Get
a
up off the
single.
floor, Randy. Get up off the floor.
Uh-oh,
Right.
Randy.
Are those
She's going to
holes
be
filled?
available. Do what?
The holes looked like they were filled.
I know, right?
Oh, that's super
The
cute.
top one does.
Yeah.
Available tomorrow, 1
my
p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on Misty's channel, Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter. Remember, we're
That's
going to be
pretty cute.
selling. If you want her, get her.
Oh, she's cute. Misty, did you share something?
My book. My new
Did you want to
focus
share
book.
something else?
I didn't bring that home, that devil home. That devil is at the shop that Sarah sent
What
me.
devil?
The
Oh,
clown.
did you get it?
Yeah. But I liked it.
I wanted to put red lights in it, but I didn't have any. And then when you opened it, oh my God, Maggie got her a clown mask. It's the best.
Devil.
I loved it. Okay, this is what I made today. I just got to show you because it's so cool and it's not normally what I make. Look at this. Look at it.
Oh
There's
wow.
it.
Oh,
Oh my
hey.
goodness.
So
Look
it's
at
all
this. Isn't it
jewelry.
neat?
Wait. Did you make that deer?
It's all jewels.
Wow.
Pearly.
Isn't it cool?
It's
like
very
a
cool.
treasure
Sarah.
hunt. Oh, it's
Sarah's
very
gonna
good.
make those in prison.
This
Mhm.
is what I'm going to be doing in prison.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
I'm going to teach the other prisoners
Wow.
how to be a maker. Isn't this cool?
So when
the
will
only
that
reason
be
I'm showing you is because I don't normally make stuff like this.
When will that be available, Sarah?
It'll be available Friday. Friday at noon on Thrift U.
Ooh.
It's all jewelry. It's all vintage jewelry.
Wow.
Santa and his reindeer. I just thought it was kind of cool.
It is
That
cool.
is so cool, Sarah. I love that. Gosh, see,
I have to tell you
I can't
something
do
fun.
stuff like that. I cannot
So-
craft like that.
I usually try to put, I miss my mom terribly. So I have her old high school yearbook. So I have oftentimes what I do if I'm going to decoupage something, I print out on tissue paper. And so like some part of everything that everybody is buying from me has a little piece of my mom's, like a little note that somebody wrote her in her yearbook. So, and it's usually this one. So this one is like, so her best girlfriend from high school, wrote her a note, and my mom's name was Anne. So there's just like little pieces of my mom on here. Isn't that neat?
Wow.
Bedazzled Shanks by Sarah.
Oh my god.
She's gonna have a whole line. Merch. You can buy a shank from Sarah.
Oh my god.
They have to. Well, I'm hoping to open a new prison store, retail store.
Yeah.
We sell license
The bad
plates
girl.
and made items.
The bad
crafted.
will, yeah.
Where all the bad girls shop. Bad will. Okay.
I just had to share because I normally don't make stuff like that.
I think you should probably make more. How long did that take you to make?
You know what? Surprisingly, not that long. I put it on, I mean, it's kind of weird. I put it on a cutting board because I wanted something really flat to put it on.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, now what the hell am I going to do with it? It's all done. So then I made that frame out of foam core because I don't know what else to do. But it really honestly did not take me that long. Here's my favorite part. Well, I mean, I like the whole thing. So all this vintage is jewelry, every last bit of it. But look at this. Isn't that cool? That little brooch right there.
Yes.
I
The
love
North
that.
Pole.
See, it's pointing to the North Pole. That cool. I love
Now,
that.
listen, I have talked to Sarah and she's literally been up all night. So she stays up all night crafting.
I will. Yeah, if I get really like
Not that long equals she stayed up for 4 days.
I was wondering why.
Just like 4 days.
I
Just
was
like 4
wondering why
days.
she was more tolerable during this.
This is
Exhaustion.
her prime. This is her prime time.
She's been
Prime
like
hours.
mellowed down after 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no.
love it.
You'll
Well, guys,
know
thank
if
you
I
so
forgot.
much for watching. And I love Monday nights are so much fun because I love that we can kind of organically talk about things that are going on. And I think that it's helpful for everybody. So I look forward to this, and I hope that everybody is getting, is learning and getting ideas from one another as well. Next week we will be on back on Michael's channel, The Cult of Vintage. And you'll have to wait to see who the guests are going to be.
Mhm.
That's all I have to say. But thank you guys so much for joining us. And thank you, Sarah and Jeffrey, for joining us as well. Jeffrey is a tired little Jeffrey.
I really
He's
am.
been painting all day. So thank you for staying.
Unless I talk
with us.
myself out of it, I will be there Saturday. I promise.
Wait,
Really?
you're coming?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. She's talking about coming to my pop-up sale, people.
Sarah, we're going to meet.
I don't even know if the
You
world
haven't?
is ready.
No, we've
Mhm.
never
I'm not
met.
sure the world's ready.
Oh, Misty, you're right. Oh my goodness.
Jeffrey, you have to sit in between Sarah and I at dinner.
Okay, no. Hey, you want to go to the melting pot? Oh no, she said Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to go to the melting pot on Sunday night.
So
What's the melting pot?
A fondue restaurant.
what isn't it? I mean,
Fondue. Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah.
She clutched the pearls.
I've never been,
How
and I
bougie.
can't wait.
I've been a few times, but I nobody ever wants to go with me.
I do.
Yes.
I'm going to
I
be so
love
damn
fondue.
happy.
If there's cheese, melted cheese, and bread, I'm there.
There
It's
is. And-
fruit and chocolate and
oh my gosh, the dessert is amazing.
I can't wait.
Michael, you should come.
He's not going to be. He's working.
Oh, Barb said you don't have a melting pot anymore.
Yes, we do, Barb. Go away. No,
we have
we
to
do.
drive a little ways to get there.
It's in
Hi,
like
Lulu.
it's in
Lulu
like
says
Chesterfield.
hi,
I
everybody.
think.
Hi, Lucy.
I think it's like an hour away because with the one on Del Mar on the Del Mar Loop, that one went bye.
It's
Bye-bye.
fine. We're going to go drive. We will drive an hour to get to the melted
That's okay.
cheese.
I'll drive an hour for melted cheese. That's fine.
Okay.
Michael, why can't you just quit your job this week?
Yeah, okay. Mhm. Insurance.
No. All right. Well, you need to get married.
Yeah, true. That,
That was
well,
my
yeah,
solution.
that is an option,
That's the solution, truly.
Mhm.
Oh,
I mean-
wait. Before we leave, hi, Grandma. I'm not sleeping. Want to come to your house? Lucy's coming over to your house. Grandma.
Lucy Ellis, time for night-night.
All right, guys. We really are going to leave this time. Thank you so much. Join us tomorrow at 1:00 Eastern on my channel for a live sale. Right after that, Emma will be selling with me on YouTube. So instead of going to Instagram, we're just going to keep it on YouTube. It's right following
you are?
after Emma and I. Yeah, it's just going to be easier. I don't have to switch things around. So thank you guys so much. And don't forget to go. Everyone's information is linked in the description down below. Go subscribe to all of their channels and all of their Instagrams and make it to Jeffrey's sale this Saturday, and Sunday. Jeffrey, what time?
9 to 5.
Working 9 to 5. What a way.
Sounds
Anyway,
like the Pride of Iowa and the Pride of Indiana will be there.
right.
Oh yeah, you're the pride of. Okay, I forgot. Oh no,
Sarah's
Misty's
the
the
pride.
pride.
No, I'm not the pride of Indiana.
Oh.
That would be the Tenderloin. I'm not the Tenderloin.
Oh.
I'm just an Indiana resident. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you later.
Have a
Bye,
good night,
guys.
guys.